What's up, everybody? This is Logan Hanks with the Living Fully Loaded podcast. I've got a serious bad dude on the podcast today. Somebody I'm stoked to get on here, and it's Ed Calderon, and he has lived a I would call you like an iron cowboy or something, man. I mean, you've been in the grind.
I like to think of more of myself as a Mexican Forrest Gump, you know.
There you go, a Mexican Forrest Gump.
Yeah, like just a fucking lucky idiot that somehow has made his way and survived through that whole mess of a situation, and still like I'm just popping up in weird places now. It's been a trip.
I'm sure. I can't imagine. Well, that's what I appreciate you coming on today. I'm excited to get to bust a little bit of your story open, kind of dive into your world.
Sure.
The way, like I said, wanted to start, we'll do a little bit of the general questions just to get rolling. First one, man, you got to watch one film for 24 hours in a row. What are you watching?
Ooh. I'd say The Way of the Gun is probably going to be my choice of film. The Way of the Gun is, man, I remember I watched that as I was signing my contract to go off to work, and I remember a lot of the quotes that I heard in that movie were very prophetic about some of the shit that I was about to go into. And I've kept coming back to that movie. Interesting detail about that is, when I left the job, I went and did some, consulting work for a few Hollywood films and TV shows and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. And I met, I was out there and I visited the set of The Shooter Show that was on the USA Network. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what's this actor's name? Ryan Phillippe.
Now, was that the story?
Ryan Phillippe.
Okay, was that the one?
So
was that about Bob Lee Swagger?
Yeah. So they basically made a show out of that movie, the sniper movie, and so I got to meet Ryan. I got to meet like Ryan Phillippe that was in the Way of the Gun movie, that started me off on this whole trip. So that was a pretty interesting, circle.
Did you tell him?
Yeah, I told him, like, dude, I had a bootleg version of the movie you were in, and that shit fucking changed my life. And he was like, he was cool as shit. And he got a kick out of that. And I told him, like, out of all the movies that I've seen, the gun work and just the thought process of how everything kind of evolves in some of the shootouts in that movie was pretty. A lot of people like to say Heat. I like to say more Way of the Gun.
Okay, so you think Way of the Gun outdoes Heat then?
By far, yeah.
All right, I'm making a note. I've seen that movie, but it's been a long time. But I always tell people, go watch the 10-minute shootout in Heat. That's got to be one of the most badass shootouts. But
I remember
Way of the Gun, man.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, they would show us that shootout. Specifically, they would show us how what's his name, Val Kilmer would do his tactical reloads. When we're training, It's like this is how you have to do it, and it's a weird, fascinating thing how Hollywood has kind of like influenced some of that.
It is, man. Well, there's several that I wonder about, which, like I said, I love that. I can't remember Val Kilmer. He's got does he have a Galil? I can't even remember the gun now, but he's got a pretty sweet rifle.
At one point, I think at one point he's shooting a G3. I might be wrong. Where he's shooting somebody from afar in that movie, at that drive-in, and like a big battle rifles like a G3 and an FAN FAL. That was what I carried. So I could, every time I see stuff like that show up in programs and shows, I think in Way of the Gun,
Yeah.
Benicio del Toro has I think he has a Galil or something like that in some of the scenes where he's shooting through walls with it. Again, that's a pretty great movie.
Oh yeah. Well, Benicio is just awesome to me. Like it's rare that I see something he's in and I don't enjoy it. And that you kind of I can't talk about him and not ask you. And I know you've been asked about this film before, but how real is Sicario in terms like is that real? Like I'm imagining the scene when they're on the like interstate. The
Yeah,
dudes get out of the car and
yeah.
the
Well, that
shootout. Like, is it how real is that?
that's. I mean, I'll say this. There's a lot of scenes in that movie that are complete nonsense.
Yeah,
Cartels burying people in walls for no reason is complete nonsense. The start of the movie where they put an ID in this house that had a bunch of people buried in the walls is complete nonsense. Benicio is
yeah,
supposedly a Colombian lawyer that somehow becomes like a lawyer in Juarez, and then turns into this narco operator. That complete nonsense. That doesn't make any sense for the character. There's nobody like that down there. But a few things. I know. Like some people have told me that I was posting pictures of myself in civilian clothing, carrying an MP5, and I have a picture of myself next to a
yeah,
jet, next to a Turbo Commander plane somewhere down in Mexico. Me standing with a blue shirt, jeans, and an MP5 with me. And there's a few of them that are out there like that I posted before Sicario was even a thing. So like people have made that, hey dude, is that you? I was like, no, dude, I'm not Colombian. I was never a lawyer, and you know. But some stuff in that movie is pretty interesting. You would never transport somebody of that nature through a port of entry into the
yeah,
United States as somebody that has actually done stuff like that. If let's say you had a person of that nature in Tijuana, for example, and you wanted to transport them across the border. I've heard I've heard you wouldn't drive him through San Isidro or fly him over. You would drive
yeah,
him into the Tijuana River estuary where the water treatment plant is. There's a big service door there. A lot of people got dropped off at that door.
Now, is that because of the stealth factor? Like
Yeah, I
your
mean,
presence isn't all out there?
so you have to think about it. This is a country where the state police, the municipal police, the federal police, the military, and the Marines are all working sides and angles. so,
Yeah,
so you don't trust anybody. So you wouldn't trust the federal police to guide you towards the border. You wouldn't trust the federal agents that are working on the border to not say something's up. Also, every single port of entry into the United States has 1,000 eyes on it on both sides.
yeah,
The cartel
yeah,
guys are looking at lanes that are moving faster than others, which means that there's a border protection agent that is just not giving a shit about his job and just waving people through. So that's where you send your
yeah.
loads to, and you have people in the
Dang.
lanes that are blocking. Like, oh, hey, dude, car 4, stop. And then, so this is they're playing Tetris, right? So that's
Yeah,
not where you would want to move through. Basically, it's a cool
yeah.
movie. It's a cool movie. It's a cool movie. If the guys that write the Sicario 3, please, I'll consult for free just to
There
fucking
you
make
go.
something cool.
Yeah, there you go. And put him in the movie. We want to see Ed in the film,
Oh
man.
yeah,
We want to
yeah,
see you running and gunning.
yeah. I look like the dude with the glasses now more than the more than Benicio, with the mustache.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was envisioning when you were talking about the picture. I'm picturing the guy with the glasses and the mustache in there now. But I
Yeah,
mean, he had like a cool swagger about him.
yeah. Well, I mean, I've met people that are like, I've met people that are that, like people that
Yeah,
So I've met people. I have friends that are like close friends. I worked with people like that back in the day that would come in and we wouldn't know exactly who they were. We just knew that they were not to be asked questions of and that they were,
Yeah.
Mexico likes to say that there's never been armed operations by U.S. personnel in Mexico, but that's complete utter nonsense. I've seen, we saw Predator drones fucking flying over the fucking Sonoran Desert.
Are you saying that the U.S. is not telling us everything they're doing?
I mean, the U.S. does stuff. It's fine,
What? This is shocking.
It's okay. We're far enough away from that to whole. When I talk about some of the things I saw, this is all post 9/11 stuff. This is Bush era, fucking unrestrained government doing government shit in places. That era, for us at least, that was an era of high cooperation. That was an era where people wanted to get shit done. You'd point something and they would there was communication and shit like that. That all kind of like died and went away during as soon as Bush left office, and a lot of his policies started kind of basically going with him. A lot of that changed. I think everything specifically changed as far as a relationship that we had with our counterparts in the U.S. When the whole Fast and the Furious thing kind of exploded. That was like...
Why? I mean, why did it change? You think were they trying to reel us back in? Is that the kind of thing it was? Or what is it?
I don't know. I mean, again, I was a dude running around kicking doors in, but I could see a clear change of the U.S.'s external policy towards Mexico and its willingness to just fuck around, with things outside of its borders. I saw that kind of retract after Bush left, and more so than retract. I mean, some of the Fast and Furious policies are Bush era. But they were modified or it just seemed different after he left because of the amount of fucking guns that just started showing up on our side. P90s, FN57s, Barretts in their box with optics on them. That's another thing. People always see like, Ed, fucking cartel guys are idiots. They have all these guns and no fucking optics. Yeah, the optics get taken before we put the picture on the newspaper, right? That fucking get...
Oh, really?
Yeah, fucking A. That's repurposed is what we call it, right? So optics get taken.
Yeah.
Remember the first EO tech I ever saw was on a AR pistol that was about that big. It's a retarded fucking AR pistol that I don't know, fucking probably. It was about that big. It had EO tech,
like a 1-inch barrel.
Yeah, it was a flamethrower. It's a fucking retarded thing. It had an EO tech on it. It had an EO tech on it with the magnifying optical on the back. Yeah. It was about that big, right? A guy had it under the seat of a Hummer, like an H2 Hummer thing, driving in Rosarito during spring break. It's somewhere in the 2005, 2006 era, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere around that era. I remember pulling it out. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this, right? I'm asking the dude how to activate because I don't know how to fucking turn this on. So it's fucking cool, right? So I could hand it over to the guy that was in charge of us, a lieutenant from the Army. He looks at it, clears it, takes the fucking mount off, and hands it back to me.
You got him a EOTech.
And I'm like, fuck, next one's mine, I guess,
Yeah. Dude, hey man. I mean, so what about the guns? Can y'all not keep the firearms?
No, it's you wouldn't want to keep something you found on somebody that just fucking offed like 5 people with it, So no, that wasn't a thing. What usually would happen, and depending on what unit you were in, and what group you were working with, we would work a lot. So for people that kind of get some bearings, I was part of a experimental police force in the border region, northwest border region. of Mexico, and a lot of the stuff they did with us was basically try to Americanize us. And the ways, I mean, I went through FBI background checks and polygraph tests and stuff like that. They wanted like a trustworthy force that they can depend on to do shit in that area. When I was coming up, this was right at the start of at the kickoff of the drug war, so the military wasn't really equipped to go out and police and or arrest and or pick up people and do this type of shit.
Yeah.
So they would lean on people, on groups like ours, to go out with them and be guides, and also have that we had arresting powers and they didn't. So I got to learn how to work in environments like that from like some of these old school GAFE people. GAFEs were the Grupo Aeromóvil, the aeromobile groups, basically. I got to work with some of that, and these guys were different animals. I mean, these guys were the guys that later on turned into the Zetas, the special forces unit that kind of fucking left the army and went to work on their own. And these guys were
they were the OGs.
Yeah, these guys are OG. I mean, not today. Mexican Army SF is a different thing now. I mean, some of these guys had like language skills. I mean, they were smart. They were different breed of animal. And they were scavengers. They would go to a house, and basically all of the cannery would get repurposed. You know, if we hit a house and they had cannery there, that fucking shit would get repurposed. If like any fucking sort of underlayer that they would find, you know, like for like cold weather and shit like that, repurposed.
Yeah.
If they found any ceramic plates that were better than their fucking steel plates, that's gonna get repurposed, right? So
really,
they would run into. I mean, I would stack up with them, go into a house, and then I would come out, and all of a sudden they had fucking plate. That's 2 plates on, fucking more magazines, fucking monocle nod, you know. And all of a sudden,
dude, that's what I'm envisioning when you were talking about finding a Barrett. Dude, it'd be hard for me to just hand off like a Barrett 50 or something. Like, man, that's like my dream rifle.
They get repurposed. They all of them supposedly go to the army and they get repurposed there. But you know, people keep shit. People keep shit.
Yeah.
I at that time and currently didn't have a fucking place to lay my head down that was mine. So if I had a 50 cal that I kept, like I wouldn't know where to fucking hide it, basically. So that wouldn't make any sense for me.
Ride around in your sitting shotgun in the car.
I mean, I would probably hide it underneath like a beach umbrella or something, you know. But I just
yeah.
But a lot of people would keep shit, like specifically some of the cartel guns that we would find out there, fucking gold plated shit that you would find out there.
Yeah,
you would see the upper fucking management basically. Let me see that. You know, it would be fucking gone. You know.
Yeah. They got it up on their wall at home, like this gold plated AK or something.
I mean, they're cool. They're cool looking. You know, I got the attraction. You know, I got some of them. I got some of that.
Yeah.
I got some of those beans in my blood, so I get it. But you know,
well. Tell us, let's back up just a little bit because you kind of touched on it. And I mean, people, we need to kind of tell them. So how did you get into that first? Like, was this something growing up you knew were you seeing the bad crap, knew you wanted to do it? I mean, what happened there?
Fuck no. That's something people fucking get wrong about me. Again, I'm Forrest Gump, man. I'm not, I know people that are fucking Captain America level motherfuckers, right? I'm not one of them. I mean, there's fucking people I've met fucking patriots. I've met people that fucking, that live that since they were kids, you know. I'm not that. I'm not that at all. I was a fuckhead. I was, I was skateboarded, fucking graffiti. I was into some weird. Oh shit! There you go. Hold on. Hopefully that's not one of those armored cartel trucks. That's just fucking garbage truck.
Yeah.
I was an idiot. I was an idiot kid. There's a few pictures every now and then I post up of me with my fucking punk rock hair and shit like that. You know, that was a fucking lost cause, motherfucker. I went to study medicine when I was about 19. I went into the medical school, and that was what I wanted, you know. And then that didn't pan out for me. After 9/11 happened, the economy went into the toilet, and there was like really either go to work for the government or go to work for the cartels. Like, most of my friends went the other way. They went the other way. You know, they were the guys that would show up to pick me up at school sometimes with fucking like, "Hey, dude, where'd you get this fucking car?" Yeah, it's like that level of guy. You know,
what pulled you that way? Why did you go that way and your buddies went the other way?
You know, I've been going through therapy recently. You know, I mean, I think, and I talk about this openly because a lot of people don't talk about shit like that. You know, we all want to talk about war stories and shit like that, but all that shit costs. I've been going through. I quit drinking at the start of last year. At the start of last year, and it has been it's not easy, mind you. Fucking drink if you can right now. It's fucking great. I loved it when I had it. I don't have it now and I miss it, but I just can't continue. If you drink, fucking, I'm all about. I would just buy rounds for people. Fuck, I don't. It's not that I vilified the alcohol. It's I used it in a horrible manner. So,
yeah.
So when I'm going through therapy and kind of figuring some of that shit out, I was asked that by my therapist, and I'll figure that out. You know, why did I fucking just do that? And I've come to realize that it all started with a conversation with my brother. My brother. So there's my family we were 3 siblings in my family and a foster brother. So there's 4 boys. I was the youngest, and our middle brother Eric passed away when he was 19 and I was 13. So it's just my foster brother, me, and my big brother, you know, Neto. And you know, our middle brother Eric, he was a star. You know, he was the guy.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be the guy, and all of a sudden, you know, he goes away. So all of us are like kind of left, you know, hanging. And I was determined to be a fuck with, you know. I was determined to just self-destructive. So when I approached my brother about it, it's like, I want to do this. And my brother's like, you can fucking even finish medical school. You're going to go into fucking what? This is like a paramilitary training shit. You're going to do what? You're fucking, you know, he was like, you wouldn't fucking dare. So legit, thinking back on it, it was on a dare. It was on a fucking dare. Like my brother said, I couldn't fucking do it. So I wanted to prove.
Then you had to prove that you could.
I wanted to prove them all wrong. I wanted to prove that I could do something with my life. I mean, by this time I was 20, almost 21, and I was like, I'm going nowhere. You know, opportunities were minimal. So there's all of a sudden there's this. Oh, look, there's a fight. There's a fight, and you want to go? It's like, ugh. So I shaved my hair off, you know, and went to recruitment. My brother dropped me off to recruitment, and it's been a roller coaster.
Did he? So did you have a later on, like a told you so kind of moment where you were like, here it is, I did it?
I remember graduating. So the academy down there is about 6 months, but it's not a police academy per se. It's a paramilitary fucking program that they had set up. You know, the people in charge of instruction were all Army SF guys. So they had us. The first day we got there, they told us, "Aquí no más hay pan y verga," you know, y el pan se acabó ayer. So all we have here is bread and dick, and the bread ran out a day ago. So that's all you're going to get is dick. and they had this open door, fucking metal open door, and it was always fucking open. And they were like, if anybody, just fucking leave. Every now and then you see somebody just drop their shit and just fucking walk off, you know?
Yeah.
Or you would see the cops show up and take somebody out of formation in handcuffs because they found out that they were a cartel plant of some sort, or they had some sort of bullshit going on. So like I made it through all that. Fucking horrible, fucking horrific experience. And my brother was there, and my dad was there, and my mom was there. Like all my friends, my close friends were there. And they couldn't recognize me, you know? This pale, skinny dude was now this sunburnt, bald, angry, fucking motivated jackal person now, you know? And I walk over to my brother, and he shakes my hand as he looks at me. It's like, well, whoever that other fucker is dead now, you know? I hope you honor his memory at least. You know, that was his like, you know, admitting it, you know, admitting that he was wrong about that, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Well, like I said, I was wondering because I just feel like it's not happenstance that you just would go that way and your buddies go the other. But it's wild to me to think like even the cartel is trying to infiltrate that group, like you said, having guys go in there. So I mean, they're literally like putting their fingers in everything.
Yeah, it's a there was a cartel guy in Mexico City who used to have the moniker, the hand with eyes, la mano con ojos. That was his name, and that's, you know, we would have nicknames for when we would feel the influence of cartel shit, like, or people that were like infiltrating. You know, we would call them the la mano peluda or la maña. You know, the furry hand, or the maña would be like the habit. You know, the habit is here, or the furry hand, or the hand with eyes is here. You know, because they were everywhere. You know, secretaries that would come into the office turn out to be fucking cartel plants. People that would work with us. That
How did you know who to trust then? Like you were saying at the start, I mean,
trust no one.
How would
trust no one?
I mean, literally, I guess. So, like, it sounds like even the group of people you were with, you would almost be second guessing.
At the start, it's always that, you know, it's trust no one. You know, trust was earned after like a year of just fucking brutality, and even when it was earned, it was betrayed every now and then by people that had earned it. So, you know, you would always have this. One of the first pieces of advice I got from somebody. Like I remember putting in the plate armor on my vest, and I saw some of the dudes were just putting in a single plate in the front and not the back one, right? And I always put the two ones in, you know, because I've seen people get shot in the back too. And then there was an older guy there, and he looked at me and he said, "Yeah, always put the back one in because you never know who's going to shoot you in the back in the stack," you know. And I was like, looked at him, you know,
crazy,
and that was just the nature of the game there. You know, everybody was it for themselves in a lot of ways. And also, I mean, you have to think about it. Everybody has a price. Everybody has. Whoever says that they are uncorruptible just has never seen somebody come to them with their price. You know.
Yeah.
Their price. The price could be your family. The price could be something. You know. So. I learned that lesson early on, not to trust anyone fully, because there's no way, you know, there's no way.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's what I was imagining when you were talking about the price. I figured it was not like all monetary, meaning like you said, family. Some of these guys, I guess, what they would like kidnap their families, threaten their families, that kind of stuff to get them to do what they want.
So let's say you're a agent and works in our unit for some reason, you know, and you're working, and we do a lot of background checks on you and try and figure out if you're corrupt, and you're fucking come out clean. Cool. But your wife, for some reason, works at this small office somewhere, and she fucking earns a lot of money doing some unknown thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then we go to your house and we realize, I mean, this doesn't match up. So, you know, a way they would fucking get to people is through spouses or through brothers or uncles and stuff like that. I can't pay you directly, but I'll pay, I'll buy your grandmother a house, or I'll do this. And they would do things like that. So it's fucking hard to tell who was with how, and also, work with us or I'll fucking kill you. Right. And if you don't believe us, just look across the street, and there's fucking group of fucking, I don't know, like 8 guys outside with AKs. So that's another way they would, it's easy just to call people blanketly corrupt. You've never been in that life, but if some people basically just fucking go into this whole aspect of, I'll do you this one favor, pay me for it, and we'll never fucking speak again. Sure. You're theirs. Once you take that money, you are in their pocket and you're fucked. Right.
Yeah.
Early on, we got that lesson. He said, no, my dad told me never let anybody own you, Ed, and it's the same thing with older guys. Said, like, you take $1 and fucking later on, they're going to come after you. It's like, fuck that. Don't take shit from nobody ever. Don't take shit from nobody ever.
Yeah.
And don't do anything personal for work. Those 2 pieces of advice were, I think that's usually kept that specific piece of advice kept me alive for a long time.
Well, that's what I mean. It's just wild. It's wild for me thinking about it because it's your team, and I'm in the U.S. I did not serve in the military. I got good buddies that did. They're buddies they served with. They were their brothers. They trusted them with their lives, and that's how they did what they did. So I'm thinking about, man, you talked about going to therapy. I would need to go to therapy if I was, you could trust no one. And that's the group you're going in and fighting with, the potentially, you're counting probably on this guy to have your back, but he might shoot you in the back. Like, I can't imagine I feel like the stress level would be 100.
It was. And, it is, because it's still, these guys are still out. A lot of them are still out there. We run a charity group and we go and try and find some of another aspect of the stuff that I do now is also part of my therapy. It has been trying to find some of the kids of some of the agents that I used to work with who died in the line of duty. A lot of them had kids outside of wedlock. And these kids are not recognized by some of the benefits it left behind. So some of these kids are just fucking left. Mm. I know we recently paid for an eye operation of one of them. So, a lot of my American service member friends don't comprehend the nature of the job down there, because of the support network they have up here. Like up here, a lot of veteran affairs complaints, and I get it. There's nothing for us down there. And it's the insecurity that had and provided to everybody that works in that job and still works in that job. It's just, basically 10 years off your fucking lifespan, probably, with the stress levels it provides.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't imagine. Like I said, not being able to trust anyone. And so now when you got started into it and you were going, the first thing you were saying, like, I guess explain a little bit, like, what were y'all doing? You kicking in doors? Give us an idea. Y'all were specifically targeting certain cartels, or how did that? What was the day like? I guess, and what you were doing?
Like wake up. We would sleep in military barracks and or hotels, depending on where we were. They would rent houses, so sometimes we would rent like 3 houses in a block. So this house, and this house. So we would, basically have a good layout of the land and stuff like that. Go to work, civilian clothes, just show up. Sometimes it was at an office building, or sometimes it wasn't, sometimes it was like somewhere else. Get cars, some of these cars were, repurposed cars that we would get,
Yeah.
and
So
then we
show
would,
up in a Ferrari.
yeah, I don't know, show up in whatever, as far as, you want to talk about urban assault vehicles, fucking a 4x4 minivan, man, with the side doors, urban assault shit. Pile a bunch of dudes in the back, rip the seats off.
Yeah, and I never would have pictured a minivan, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm picturing a
minivan.
truck, but yeah, a van.
4x4 minivan, rip the seats out, install some grab handles on the back so you can ride around with your fucking hair like that. It's pretty legit shit. Weld 2 plates like that in a V shape to put in the back of it so you can have a good solid platform to shoot from. It's solid. Yeah. Disengage the fuel cutoff switch for collisions. What else would we do with each of them? Paper plates, switch some fucking paper plates on them so they wouldn't get fucking picked up. Weld some crash angles on the side, on the corners of them so we could use it to push it around. And disengage the fuel cutoff mechanism on them so they wouldn't fucking shut off when they crash into shit. Trash bag blinds in the back so we wouldn't see us.
Would y'all have issue out of the police?
Yeah, I would get chased down by like local police and shit like that. or the army would show up like, what the fuck are you guys about, right? Get questioned, and then fucking somebody would show up with our paperwork and then we'd get let go, stuff like that. Or we would actually be working with the military sometimes. So like you would show up and you would get somebody, the guy who was in charge would get a target package basically. Like we're going to hit these houses because we suspect there's something there. Or we're going to go around this neighborhood to see if we can see any activity there. So you, civilian clothes, no, nothing. We're going to walk around here. You're going to go in a taxi. You're going to go in a minivan. You're going to be in a delivery truck, and you're going to play the part of a fucking homeless person and just got to drag yourself to fucking look like a piece of shit and walk around there. Right. So we would go into places like that for a bit, and then you would gather more to then like that house in 2 days, right? That was the job.
Would you have a sidearm or anything on you when you were doing that? Did you have a firearm?
Yeah, usually a Glock 17 with a cut down grip.
Yeah.
We had a few revolvers that we would kind of like pack for shit like that. Beretta 92 FS pistols all over the place, and Colt 45 Gold Cup pistols were what the Army intelligence guys used to carry. So everybody had they had pieces, and also a lot of our Overwatch was done by people inside of cars, basically. So that minivan would have trash back blinds on the back, or we had the setup where it looked like it was a bunch of big white pallet bags, but it was actually just a blind. So we'd have people doing Overwatch in that way, or we would rent a house and we'd have people on the top of it just watching our asses. But we were like, we that and a knife, or sometimes just a knife. Sometimes just a knife. That's all you had.
What happened? Where did y'all be out patrolling? Did you ever get busted by the cartel?
Yeah, I mean, chased down, fucking shot at. A few of our guys got picked up a few times and never seen again. That type of shit. Yeah. It was so you have to think about it. You go into a place like that. That's people like why doesn't the military, the Mexican Army do any, or the Mexican Marines? Most of those guys are sourced from central Mexico, and they are completely useless in places like Tijuana because they don't speak the language. They don't know. They don't have the accent. They don't look the part. They don't dress the part. It's hard to fucking meld it. So a lot of the successes we had was we're fucking locals, We're locals. We would go in there. We would have we would know well enough to know the slang terms of what to ask for as drugs. Like, you're not going to go in there and it's like, hey, do you have any perico? Which is what you call cocaine in central Mexico, right? You have to say in a different way, or you have to ask for things in a different way. And you wouldn't know this if you've never bought drugs before. and I
Yeah.
bought drugs before. So when I was a kid, I would have these surreal moments of going to places where I used to score when I was a kid. And I'm like, I'm sorry, good
Oh
sir.
man, yeah, like
I'm
man,
sorry, I'm sorry, good sir.
tables have turned.
You see a small moment of recognition and then complete fear, right? It's shenanigans. It's not professional at all. It was all improvised. A lot of it at the start was just a shit show. But over the years and doing that several times over, we fucking became good at it. You know, we developed a few things that, we learned just from doing, small things like before we would hit any house or stuff like that, we'd try and go there, a few nights before and take out some of the street lights outside. Just to have darkness on our side. So suppress 22, go in during the day, around the block and shoot out the lights during the day. A few four or five nights before, that type of shit. If there were kids around doing surveillance for the cartels, we would come up with a promotional truck that would give out free cell phones. And all the fucking neighborhood kids would fucking abandon their post and fucking go there. And that's when we would hit the fucking house. Shit like that became just stuff that we would come up with on the fly. And just through experience, So like after we got really good at it after a while,
The world of that, I mean, my only knowledge of it is what I've seen or like read. And you kind of touched on the brutality. I mean, I guess if they caught you or something, I mean, was death the least of the thing you'd be worried about? I mean, the stuff they would do to you?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they picked up two of our guys once, and outside of a hotel that we're staying in. And I mean, it was bad. I mean, we knew, it was, don't get taken alive was the order we had, and dark shit. I mean, getting to learn how to shoot yourself as this is a thing you're going to show you. Why? Hopefully you never use it. But if you do, you have to have an angle on it. Okay, I guess, getting that talk and like and everybody there kind of like paying attention and not seeing it as something outside of the, it was brutal. I mean, they were tortured and beaten. I think one of them had his ID screwed onto his forehead. But that gave us that experience gave us something. And it's pretty hard to talk about it, but it gave us vengeance, basically, a purpose, vengeance. It just fucking wanted to get back at these motherfuckers. I remember that event giving us that drive, that's weird, vengeful drive, and it made us, review and revisit shit. I think one of them managed to pull out a knife and slash one of the guys before he got pulled into a van. So I said, well, maybe it'd be a good idea for all of us to fucking know how to do some knife karate, or know how to use. Everybody was everybody's carrying around knives, and all these guys were getting grabbed and put into places. So I'd say, take your gun, take your rifle, but if you pull out a shank, you can fucking at least take one of them with you to hell, So it provided like an experience that kind of changed a lot of our, none of us had any experience trying to get our handcuffs or zip ties or trying to figure that out. So like that provided like this is a need now. So I went off and fucking figured some of that shit out.
Well, I guess, and see, that's probably the opposite. I'm assuming like a cartel, I'm thinking of them much like a gang we have here. They obviously want to strike fear, like a fear in you. And they're probably thinking by doing this, they're making you guys afraid rather than actually giving you this level of vengeance that really just probably provoked y'all more so than what they would have imagined.
I think that was, yeah. I mean, it's a terror tactic. This was right around the time where Lieutenant Colonel Lazaola kind of like came onto the scene. And if you never read about this guy, he has a documentary on him, The Bravest Man in Mexico. He's a pretty interesting character. School of the Americas trained colonel from the Mexican army. Fucking. We don't have a Captain America, but he's probably, Lieutenant Colonel Mexico, is for people to kind of realize who this guy is. Like, I've never met anybody like him in my life. It's like he's like out of a movie. But he took us into a room after that happened, I remember. And he had a whole speech about it, so this happened. So we're going to send a response. And we hit every single fucking corner, house, business, everything in the following 2 weeks. And Tijuana became dead quiet for a bit, I think that was we bumped it back basically, I think all that provided us all with like we can fucking, we're scary too, right? It didn't last long though. Like it lasted a few years, and then he left, and then human rights started investigating all the shit that happened during that time, and everything kind of like went away,
Is that where they're trying to make it, like war squeaky clean? They came in and basically separated reality from war. You think that's what how you would look at it?
I would look at it like this. Mexico doesn't have a problem with organized crime. It doesn't. It has a narco-insurgency problem. These are narco-insurgency groups utilizing terrorist tactics in fourth generation warfare. This is what they are. So you can't bring the LAPD down to Tijuana to pacify a fourth generation warfare terrorist group that is implementing fucking guerrilla warfare tactics against not only the government, but the local populace. And also their budget is way better than the government that they are fighting against, so, and then you have a human rights watch come in and judge your work as a police officer in a place that is really a war zone, and you're not really a cop. You're more of a war fighter.
You're a war fighter. Yeah.
So, and the war you're fighting is in your backyard with people that speak your same language, share your same religion. And also, I mean, they will be around, after you are not around or after you quit. So I think it's a conflict that people have struggled to define, and the people that are in charge don't know exactly what it is, or if they do, they refuse to recognize it for what it is. Mexico is in denial.
Is there any end in sight?
I don't see it. I don't see it with the political administration right now in Mexico, which is openly leftist. Like open. I mean, we put a Che Guevara statue in Mexico City recently. That's how Mexico is going right now. A lot of the first statements in politics and policies that this leftist populist president Andrés Manuel López Obrador has put into effect are all towards the extreme left of the political spectrum. And people in the U.S. side don't realize that Mexico itself, in a big way, is a very conservative country. It's very conservative, but it's going away.
Yeah.
That has led Mexico to have a very interesting and genuinely scary influence by state actors from China, who have come in after the Trump administration and kind of filled in a lot of the voids left by his administration in Mexico. People have to rewind the clock and remember that Trump came in swinging when it came to Mexico, right? And was it purposeful or did he have an intention with it? I don't know. I just he got a few things right, he got a few things wrong, and I think coming in swinging and turning Mexico into like a bad guy. That a lot of the plants that he took out of Mexico were replaced by plants, factories, and businesses that he kind of like made come back to the U.S. Those voids were filled like Mexico didn't feel it. I think that was a scary moment for me when I realized how not as influential the U.S. was anymore. As soon as some of those businesses left north, they were immediately filled by Chinese interest. Immediately,
What is China's goal?
Your end, I think, as a country, probably. I mean, if you think about it, I'm not. This is me theorizing right now. I'm nobody. I don't have a degree in anything. I'm just a dude that did some shit in a weird place and got to see a lot of weird shit and also talk to a bunch of people. What I'm seeing is a fucking proxy war happening on the southern border with Mexico. With Chinese state influences basically pumping fentanyl and fostering certain political aspects of life in Mexico, and trying to get a foothold in Mexico. That's what I see. Probably because of all the lithium in the northern part of Mexico, and people need to keep an eye. All Americans need to keep an eye on one thing. Mexico is about to nationalize lithium. Think about that.
What? So what is the goal with nationalizing lithium? Like I can't understand. These are all stuff I'm trying to wrap my mind around.
Lithium is the new oil. The wars now and the conflicts now are going to be about lithium. Lithium is going to power the engine to the future, basically. So if you want to talk
about, does Mexico have a large amount of that, of lithium in the ground and all that? I guess then
70% of mineable lithium on the planet is right underneath Sonora, right across the border from the United States.
Crap! Yeah. Wow.
And Mexico's about to nationalize it, and Mexico does not, in general, right now, like the United States. And they are looking to China for the future.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Why? What is that friction from Trump? Is it Trump that caused the friction between them, or is it?
It's Trump. It is the open borders policies that have been implemented by the current administration that have made waves of migrants come through the country and leave a lot of people really sore and angry about it, because some of these migrant communities have been very not beneficial to the places that they've been settling in and kind of going through the country with. And people feel like second class fucking citizens. People. So imagine somebody going through your yard, fucking messing it all up just to go to the other neighbor's yard. You would feel like shit about it. You would feel like shit about the people going through your yard, and you would feel like shit about the people in your neighbor, the party they're going to, right? That's Mexico right now. We feel like we're stuck in the rock in a hard place, basically.
I'm thinking about it with our border situation, because I actually was just talking to a woman the other day at the post office that's from California. And she told me that the illegal immigrants in California were like, it was insane how many had come over there. And obviously you hear about it in Texas. a ton, but so Mexico would be cool with us enforcing our borders, basically, is what you're saying. Like they would support us in the fight of enforcing the borders.
The only people that don't enforce open borders, the only people that support open borders in Mexico are the coyote, are not. So think about this. Cartels are not about open borders. People smugglers don't want open borders. Why? Because it makes their business better, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they feed off people paying to cross the border. So it's in their best interest to keep the border fucking closed. So that's an aspect of it that people don't kind of like talk about.
Yeah.
But also a lot of Mexicans that live in Mexico that don't have plans of moving to the United States or leaving Mexico, and there's a lot of them. Some of them have businesses that are booming right now. You know, example, Tijuana. Tijuana, you know, what do you think about when you say Tijuana? You think about donkey shows, you think about La Revolucion, Party City, and shit like that. Tijuana is going through an economic boom right now. Like, it's like insane, you know? It's like a little mini, fucking, I don't know. It's like a little mini LA is basically, it's turning into a little mini LA, basically. Yeah. Apartment buildings are coming up all over the city. Property is rising, and it's because of all the economic migrants leaving California because they can't afford $1 million fucking little shit house, right? So they're living it. They're living it up in places like Tijuana or Tulum, down south in the tropical Tulum. That's a bunch of Americans went to live down there. So an interesting thing that Americans, you know, need to kind of hear about it. With them, I'm not blaming Americans for the violence in Mexico. I'm not at all. This is not about that, but it's an interesting phenomenon that's happening. Violence is exploding right now in places like Tulum, which was secure in the past, because of all the Americans coming down to live there and bringing a rich-ass drug market to feed. Mm. So now that people are fighting for that. And Tijuana's always been violent and went quiet for a bit, but then there was an economic boom again recently, and a bunch of Americans started moving into Tijuana, which is obviously a dollar-paying client that wants drugs and lives in Tijuana. That's a fucking giant business.
So the cartel loves that.
Yeah, I mean the cartel loves that, and also immigration is you're doing a reverse Uno in Mexico. So like now Mexicans want to build a wall, you know? It's a weird time. It's a weird time right now. I think this is a point I want to make. I think America, the US, which is my new adopted home, and again, God bless America. I love this country. I can't envision myself anywhere else. Needs to recognize that Mexico isn't an enemy. It's going to be your best bet at continuing on being a player in this world because of its resources. Yeah. Yes, just don't fucking take them. But also because of its people. Mexico is young as shit. We outbreed Americans. I mean, you talk about workforce. Yeah. You talk about workforces. You talk about trade laborers, you talk about industry, you talk about I think the United States will, if it fucking knocks itself awake again, will realize how valuable it is to have Mexico as a friend. We have a lot of blood that ties us together as two nations. By both people jumping the border.
Man. I agree with that.
Yeah, by both people jumping the border and making a life out here, to people jumping the border and making a life down there. There's a lot of Americans leaving the United States to find a better life in Mexico right now. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. Right.
Yeah. So, well, you've made a remark one time, and I want you to elaborate. It was on freedom, and you said there's like the freedoms that we think we have here in America versus what freedom actually would be like in Mexico.
Yeah.
Explain that a little bit.
Oh God. I mean, I posted a video recently, just horseback riding, fucking guns on a hip, riding the back of a truck with a beer in the middle of the city, getting stopped and paying the cops and fucking just leaving house parties till 5 a.m. Bullet prices being cheaper in black market areas in Mexico than fucking the United States. And I got to travel both worlds. And I'm like, dude, 9mm is cheaper black market in Mexico right now than like I took a picture with a bunch of, I think, Phoenix ammo. I was just like laying on top of a bunch of 9mm Phoenix ammo. And I was like, posted the picture on Instagram and it fucking got a bunch of attention. And I said, like, dude, I know I go down to Mexico. It's black market cheaper down there. It's not that free Americans need to understand. And I think a lot of I study history a lot, and specifically a lot of the Revolutionary War stuff from the U.S. and also from Mexico, because Mexico has a fascinating revolutionary history as well. Our forefathers realized that there is a danger in freedom, right? Freedom and danger that's exactly that. They're twin sisters. And everybody wants to make everything safe now, and also they want to keep their freedom. And this is the schizophrenia that's going on right now in the world. I'm not saying that lawlessness is free. Like the lawlessness in Mexico is something that we should fucking emulate. But if you are an American and you go down to Baja to fucking just piss off, you understand what I say when you talk about dangerous freedom and what that is and how valuable it is to have that in your life. I mean, people that have never experienced that, just fucking going off into a wild place like Mexico. It's good. It's interesting, I think people in Kentucky, they might know a little bit about that. Some people in Tennessee, some of my brothers in Tennessee might know some about that, but other parts of the country,
I'm in Tennessee.
I'll say this. I've found more in common with people in Tennessee and Kentucky as a Mexican, as far as the culture that I came up with, any other part of the country, I've also found some of the funniest instances of like funny racism in these parts. And again, I take everything with fucking humor, right? It's great. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But at least I'm not made to call myself Latinx, or at least I'm not made to fucking be a victim. It's I think there's something about that part of the country that is the last of it. Whatever it was, the last of it is somewhere in Tennessee and Kentucky. That's the last of what I read about in those books when I was studying about American history.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of pride. I call myself a dinosaur in a modern time, because I feel like I would relate better with the old school stuff like that. And I jokingly say that I say jokingly, I'm not really joking, but I say I ought to be able to go to a grocery store and buy a gallon of milk and an M60 belt-fed machine gun if I want to. Like, that's kind of how that's my view of freedom. And just like you said, man, it's when we see these bad shootings, and I mean, obviously they're terrible, and I don't ever want to see these shootings, theaters, wherever. But everyone's like, we have got to do something about these guns and all these different things. And it's like, you can't, if you truly want freedom, you can't have true freedom without danger, like you said, because you can't regulate everything. At that point, then you're like I don't know if it'd be communism, whatever, dictatorship, but I mean, there'd be no more freedom.
Realize this. if you want to kill somebody, and I do a weaponology class, and I've done training for you name it, I've trained them. As far as weaponizing objects, you can, if you want to, you can, right? Also, guns are not a new thing in the United States. They've always been with us. I remember that watching the Highwayman thing on Netflix when he walks into that store and just starts buying all these fucking military grade rifles and shit like that. You're like, holy shit. Yeah, but that was why weren't there fucking mass shootings back then? What changed? And I think what changed wasn't the guns or the accessibility or the availability of guns. What changed was fucking crazy fucking people started popping up in the United States. People that have substances used to mitigate their natural inclination for adventure and being fucking rowdy ass motherfuckers. And they don't have a farm to run around in and throw tomahawks at a fucking tree. They're living somewhere in the fucking suburbs, and their mother's going crazy because the dad left long ago. And so at the core of it, it's fucking family nucleus have been fucking dissolved like shit for years.
Yeah.
Values have been fucking whittled down to nothingness. Drugs have been used to mitigate natural aspects of people's personalities. And it's people want to blame a rifle for something that has been going on almost systematically, culturally in the United States for fucking years. People need to think about long and hard about what brought that individual to take that gun and go and shoot up a fucking movie theater. And it's probably not going to be because he was injecting bullets into his blood or because he was staring at a fucking rifle and jacking off for the whole time. The gun is not the response. The gun's not responsible. It is a myriad of bullshit that just fucking put that person in that space and time, basically.
Yeah, well, and how often do you see that whenever they get obviously the perpetrator gets killed, whatever, they're almost always on prescription medication or they're on, just drugs in general.
They should every time you see an active shooter, they should put a family history of the dude, boom, down. And if somebody's out there that can do this, I can just do a active shooter like family history bio of each of them. I'm willing to bet mental issues, substances used to treat mental issues, divorce, and a few other fucking things of that nature are going to pop up consistently in some of the past of these people. And it's like, there's a reason why guns have been in this country for so long, and this is a phenomenon that's only recently been happening. And how it pairs with some of the mental health crises and opiate crisis, and before that, some of the proliferation in the 90s of all these fucking mood inhibitors and all of this fucking crap being pumped into the youth back then by mothers that were just fucking, I want to be an independent woman. I want to go work somewhere, and so my kids being too much, so let me just give them some of this. ADHD, hyper attention deficit, and all of this stuff. Dude, I was diagnosed with some of that, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's why I did all this fucking crazy shit, right? But guess what? I was never predatory. I was never an animal. I never did any evil. I never did any evil shit like that. Why? I remained untreated. I remained untreated.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's a factor. Maybe another factor is the fact that both of my parents stayed married, despite the death of a son, despite a myriad of fucking issues, alcoholism that runs rampant in my family, some psychiatric shit that ran rampant in my family as well. All that shit, and I talk about it openly because I guess again, I want people to know where I'm coming from with this opinion. Yeah, they went through hell, but they stayed together, and it was a fucking horrible thing for them. But, somehow in the end, that really made a difference for me and the way that I kind of fucking went about my life experience.
Well, I think that you're hitting the nail on the head right there. I mean, that's I to me, seeing, well, like I said, I consider myself to kind of have some old school values. Um, as I've seen the values decrease, I feel like crime and that thing, exactly like we're saying, it goes up. Like you said, the nuclear family, whatever they want to call it, the standard family is going away. I'm 20 miles out of Memphis. Memphis is like, I think it was voted like the number one most dangerous city in America or something now. So it's like, yeah, man, Tennessee, we got that going for us. But it's that area. I think it's something like 80% of the fathers are not present in the homes. It's like, I mean, over 50% of the homes have no dad.
I mean, again, it's easier to say fucking ban guns than it is to tell fucking the whole of the United States, dudes, all of you need to get into fucking therapy. All of you need to get into marriage counseling. And divorce is a very expensive thing for your kids, not for you.
Yeah.
Right? And I get it. Some people can't stay together. But that doesn't mean you have to be enemies afterwards, the whole this it's been a weird culture shift for me, basically. Again, I grew up Catholic, very, very Catholic, hardcore Mexican Catholic. I mean, I'm so fucking Catholic. I dragged my fucking knees on the ground with a statue of the Virgin of Guadalupe to a church once. Fucking crazy shit. I tried to write with my left hand at school, and I got fucking hit with a ruler, and I still carry so people can still see this.
Dang.
That's how Catholic I am, right? That's how fucking Catholic I am, right? And it's not a good thing. I know for a fact that there's a horrible negative side to it. And I know that they did that church is horrible. And if I met the Pope, I'd probably punch him in the ball. But whatever. But it did something, it provided me with a moral base. It provided me with a structure at my start. So I always had 2 feet on the ground. When I say 2 feet, my mom and my dad. And in the end, all the negative side of it, all the ignorance and all the bullshit that they fucking fed into me, and including some of that Catholic guilt that I'm currently fighting tooth and nail with, all of that was worth it in a way, just to get me to a place where I can now try and transfer some of that to my daughter. It was worth it.
Yeah.
They went through hell. I'm going through hell. All of it is worth it for our kids. Whatever. I know that there are extremes in every case. I know some kids need behavioral disorders, might need medication. I understand that. I'm not an absolutist. I understand. I'm not completely against all of that. But it can't be the blanket solution to the kids misbehaving in the country. It was for a long, long time. And we're seeing the effects of it now with all these fucking bastards. That's it. And there's more of them out there. There's time bombs, chemical time bombs out there right now that are going through shit, don't have a father to talk to, or don't have a fatherly figure to be an example and fucking raise them right and show them the ways of the world. They don't have a mother that's present, and they go to the internet. They go to places that echo their hate, their suffering. Go to video game land. I'm not blaming video games for this, but it's a place where people that have that already in them go to basically foster that shit in them, right? Like echo chamber. And in the end, they go off and do some horrible shit. I think, and again, blaming guns for it is, people that blame guns for them have never had the need for a real need for a gun, I guess, is what I like to say. If you never had a real need for a gun,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's when I think of that with the this push on the like getting rid of the police. There was a video, I can't remember, one of the big riots we had, the mostly peaceful riots, is the riots as they call them. They This dude shot a guy. I don't think it was a Kenosha shooting. I can't remember for sure. It may have been when that Rittenhouse shot the dude, and one of the protesters was going, "Call the police! Call the
Yeah,
police!" And it's
yeah.
like, no. You don't get to call the police. You don't want the police. So like, you can't now call the police.
And I was at the Portland. I was at day 101 of the Portland riots when the Molotov cocktail hit one of the protesters. What do you think everybody in that crowd screamed when one of the protesters caught on fire? Somebody call the police.
Call the cops.
Yeah, and some state cops came over and fucking put him out, and then went back to their line. Cool.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Again,
God.
all of the United States need to go to fucking therapy. All of it. Like all of us, let's just put all our shit down, All of us let's just go to Iowa. I think we should all just fucking travel to Iowa and sit in a giant fucking circle and talk about our shit, I don't know why
Yeah.
Iowa, because I've flown over it, and I think it's a pretty good space for it, I guess,
Yeah, I think it's some good farm ground there. You could gather in a big field there.
Yeah, it's like fuck Burning Man, fuck all that Burning Man shit. Let's go there and just fucking I don't know, just a giant circle, Let's fucking figure shit out, It's legit.
I'm with you, man. No.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid for the future. Legit, I'm afraid for the future. I'm afraid for the fact that the U.S. is losing its influence in a big way. The reason why tensions are high with Taiwan is because they can produce all these fucking microchips that we can't, and China can't, and they produce them a lot there. So tensions are high. The reason there's a shit show in Mexico right now is because it's think of smoking something out. They're going to put a bonfire underneath your feet of the United States. There you go. That's what Mexico is right now. It's a bonfire underneath your feet.
Yeah.
And Russia is planning to move on to Ukraine because he sees weakness in the president and in the country. Like fucking sharks are circling.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Are you out of time?
Yeah. I'm almost out.
Man, I might have you back on here.
Sure. Yeah, I'm down.
I'd say this. There's a ton I'd still like to talk about. I mean, you're a great guest. I've had a blast talking with you.
Thank you for the invitation, man.
I've got to ask you. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm honored to have you on. It was when you said y'all were coming on, I was freaking stoked. I got to ask you a couple questions.
The only thing the only thing I was like, where's the podcast from? Oh, sure, I'll go on.
You said Tennessee, man. I'm in. We got to go. I'm down with Tennessee.
I'm down. I mean, I did a class in Chattanooga. I remember. And I walked around there. I was like, holy shit, this place can't be fucking real,
Well, so you need to come out to Munford. I'm in Munford. Come on out. I'll show you around the farm, man. We'll shoot. I got plenty of places to shoot some guns back here. We'll have a good time.
I've been around, and Tennessee it's pretty great. That's all I'm going to say. I get it.
Heck yeah, man. All right. Well, hey, I got to ask you a couple questions real quick before we finish. Because I kind of put out there some of my listeners there some questions. I told them I had you coming on, and I had some interesting questions for you.
Sure.
First one, where's the craziest place drugs have been found hidden?
Whew. Oh God. It's not a fun story. It's a pretty sad story. Inside a baby is the craziest place that I saw.
Man.
I saw drugs inside of San Ysidro border crossing somewhere in the 2000s era, mid 2000s. A minivan with a car stroller seat in the back. They were walking towards the border through the pedestrian crossing. They got dropped off near the pedestrian crossing thing, so they were just making their way. And something happened. The lady that was carrying it broke down. Some people started noticing, and somebody was there and kind of like started probing a little bit. And a long story short, the baby was probably 4 months, 5 months, and he'd been hollowed out, and things have been put inside.
Golly.
Right. That was probably the craziest, and I mean, just specifically the most dark.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's a common tactic. I mean, they use that to put stuff into prisons and shit like that. And it's, again, there's some of these people are. I mean, I don't want to call them animals because they don't. That's an insult to animals, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang. Yeah, I was figuring you were just going to say up some dude's butt. I wasn't expecting that one there. Yeah, that's brutal. And up
the butt is pretty common. It's not crazy, you know. It's interesting how.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't.
How it's interesting how normal is like I always say this in classes. Normal is a fluid concept, you know, just like sexuality in the United States. It's a fluid concept, you know. Dude, that you own it. You know, your country came up with that shit. It's fine, own it. Anyway,
in Tennessee, we don't claim that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. From the outside, as when Mexico looks into the United States, like again, it's like you're. It's just like when Americans
don't lump us in there.
that's it. I'm sorry, man. That's what Mexicans do. Anyways, which is fine. I mean, I'm all about going to a gay wedding with a gun on my hip and smoking a joint and nobody fucking with me. You know, if you could just let me do that. Fucking be responsible for your shit.
Yeah.
Just respect everybody else. Go just fucking let people be, right? It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
But the concept of normal is fucking insane. You know, something up your ass is very common. You know, I can't. I wish I could tell you I've never fucking found anything up there. You know, but there was a lot of searches, man. A lot of searches. I'm not a proctologist, but I probably have some sort of record. You know.
Yeah, you got the hours required.
So if there's anybody out there with a knowing eye, they will know by this hand motion. That's all I'm going to say.
I was going to say, I don't even know that I want to know.
Don't worry about it. If anybody saw that, they will know that I'm legit when I talk about some of this shit.
All right. And I've kind of heard you talk a little bit on this one. Do cartels leave tourists alone? Like, I mean,
yeah, that's yes and no. Depends on where you are. If you're in a resort somewhere and the resort is basically under protection of a cartel, they'll leave you alone. But if a rival cartel wants to fuck around with shit in there, they'll come in there and do shit.
Now, when you say the resorts, so they own resorts.
The resorts pay certain cartels for protection.
Wow. That's probably more, I guess that's probably safer for them than the police or whatever, like you're saying.
Oh, it's safer, and also it's, you know, but then you see shootings in some of these resorts, and then you see basically threats placed in the street. Like, we know this resort is under the protection of this guy. If you value your life, don't stay there. And then they go do shit there because this is the way they affect each other's businesses.
Hey.
That's right. Another thing that happens as well is that Americans go to Mexico and I'm afraid of getting drugged by cartels and getting raped or something like that. I'm sorry to say this, but usually the druggings happening in Mexico are done by other Americans to Americans. You know,
really?
Yeah. A lot of the cases that I worked on where Americans were drugged in resorts and shit like that, we could always kind of trace back some of the not only the responsible people, but also some of the, you know, medication use for some of this to people buying it in Mexico and using it in Mexico, but they're Americans, you know. What better crime to do a
I
crime
guess
in
you
Mexico
probably
and escape?
yeah. Well, and I guess the cartels probably wouldn't care about drugging you. They'd just take you.
Yeah, I mean, people get drugged in Mexico and get robbed by prostitutes, that's common. But the cartels are not going to be organized. Crime is not going to make an effort to fucking drug you and rape you. That's usually going to be done by a prostitute, common criminals, and or other Americans there to screw you over, which is a very common, very common thing. And another one is just don't.
I never thought about them.
It makes sense. Yeah, don't bring your truck to Mexico.
Yeah, it does.
Don't bring your new truck to Mexico.
I heard you say you have 4-wheel drive trucks.
Yeah, they get used as technical, so they get stolen.
So I need to drive like a Saturn.
Yeah, or a Saturn is fine. Jettas, just old school Jettas. They get around. People don't give a shit about them.
What about like a moped?
I don't know. I don't know about respect for motorcycle drivers in Mexico when it comes to traffic.
Yeah, I might just get smoked. All right, man. Last one. I know you're short on time. This is the last one. How has it changed since you started? I guess the whole war on drugs and all that over there.
I think there was more cooperation on there was more legit, open, and honest cooperation between the United States and Mexico at a ground level at the start. This Bush era shit. And now it's basically now. I mean, you see, we're training the Mexican Marines, and you see the fucking 7th Group guys training the Mexican Marines, and like, we're friends. We're friends. They're not your friends. They will sell all of you out in a heartbeat if something goes down. And some of these people have been caught in corruption charges. So, the cartel, Mexican Marine guys have been found bodyguarding Sinaloa cartel operatives, right? So, it's a free for all. But right now, what it seems is Mexico is being treated more and more like a Vietnam instead of an ally. That's what it's changed, and I could see certain levels of the Mexican government treating Mexico more and more like a foreign enemy than an ally.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're headed, and that's why I think it's changing.
Dang. Yeah. Well, man, like I said, I definitely, for me, I'm obviously not in the political realm, but I could see how it would make sense to be allies with Mexico. And I mean, I've seen guys here. I mean, dude, like you said, Mexicans, dude, they'll work you into the ground. They are some freaking hard working dudes. Like
so you have to think about it. Historically, the United States has been surrounded by ocean, right? Canada on the top and Mexico on the bottom, so it's insulated.
Yeah,
not anymore. And it's in your best interest to keep that insulation on your bottom. And your past administrations have done everything in their fucking power to corrode that, including the Bush, Obama, Trump, and this current administration. They're all guilty. They're all guilty of corroding that relationship. Yeah. So I don't know.
So what can we do?
Make an effort to connect not to Mexican politics or Mexican politicians or the presidente, all that. Just make an effort to connect to Mexican as a country, as far as its people. Mexicans are butthurt. Mexicans are butthurt with Americans. We are. They're just fucking angry. That's a lot of it is that, and I don't know. There has to be some sort of reconciliation at a base ground level between Americans and Mexicans. But I don't see. I mean, you guys. When I say you guys, I mean us. On the U.S. side, we are fighting against each other right now. So again, all of us need to go. All of us need to go to Iowa and just fucking burn a giant pile of weed or something like that and just chill out or something. I don't know.
There you go, man. That may be the solution we need. Ed, man, where can people follow you?
Instagram right now is your best shot. Ed's Manifesto at Ed's Manifesto _ I'm shadow banned as fuck, so that's a good thing. You know, if you're not shadow banned, it means you're not posting anything good online. So Ed's Manifesto at Instagram.
You are super shadow banned.
It's
Whenever
okay.
I was trying to send you that message before we started about the audio, I couldn't hardly find you.
It's okay, you know. Before it's Manifesto at Ed's Manifesto on Instagram, Ed's Manifesto _ on Instagram, or www.edsmanifesto.com, and there's a link there that takes you directly to my social media. And for all the people out there saying, "Hey, go on this new alt-right fucking free social media account," fuck that. I am going to stay and fucking just be disruptive, because that's what people need to do. Don't leave.
Yeah.
Don't leave. Don't leave Facebook. Don't leave Instagram. Stay and find a way to still get the message out there. You know, if you're hearing this, you're the resistance, as they said in fucking Terminator. You know.
Yeah.
Don't leave.
Well, all it would be is just a giant echo chamber, anyways, over there.
Yeah. Don't leave. Stay. Fuck around. Come up with a new profile.
Heck yeah.
You know.
There you go. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, well, man, thank you for coming on. It's been awesome talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Definitely want to have you back on. Guys, y'all go check him out. We just barely scratched the surface. He's doing a lot of awesome stuff. And well, maybe you'll see him on a tractor out here. We'll get him out here on a tractor sometime. So, guys.
Fuck a Bentley. You know, fuck it. I see it every time I see a tractor, like, baller. Fucking baller.
That's what I say. When I see a Ferrari, I'm like, come on, man. We got combines and tractors to show you really a sharp ride out here. Guys, thank y'all for tuning in, and I hope y'all enjoyed it.